Hi everyone, comic book reviewer here. This time reviewing on Miraculous World London at the Edge of Time. Now as you know, Miraculous World London, The Edge of Time was the fourth film in the whole Miraculous World film series, as well as being the final towards season 5, as well as the ending point of the original animation until it was changed and revamped to a newer, fresher animation that looked a bit more polished, different, and to symbolize the change of tone in the series. So, the premise of this film is meant to take place literally after the last episode of season 5, where after Gabriel's defeat, we kind of see how Marinette as well as Kagami have to make the most difficult route, the most hardest choice. Obviously, covering up what happened to Gabriel, not only to avoid Adrian knowing the pain that his father was mainly the main villain, but also to kind of make sure that Gabriel's legacy doesn't end up getting tarnished and Adrian becoming some sort of pariah. And the whole point of the opening is just meant to remind you about realizing and seeing your mistakes, but also as well trying to do the right thing, even though it won't be easy. And after making this difficult choice, we see how someone or something is tampering with the past. So we see how Bunnix tries to get Marinette's help, and of course, we see how after borrowing a, a past version of Tiki back from Origins Part 1, we literally see how Marinette has to go through thick and thin to prevent an to prevent basically the new Hawkmoth from gaining from gaining the sort of knowledge of who Ladybug and Cat Noir are, as well as trying to get them Miraculous. And I think the whole point of the film is meant to be this big final towards season 5, but like I said, also the last time we would see the characters in their original animation. And I think for the most part, I think having Bunnix sort of have a bit more of an active role does make sense, because when she's with her past and when she's with her future selves, this does give me a lot of feel to Shujinko from Mortal Kombat, because the whole point of Shujinko's character is literally learning from his own mistakes, trying to kind of counter them and make sure people don't emulate his mistakes. And I do see Shujinko a lot like Bunnix, because when he starts off, he is supposed to be a little more headstrong, reckless, and all that. And the point of him getting older and that was learning from those mistakes and trying not to emulate them. And I kind of give the film credit in showing how smart as well as conniving this new version of Hawkmoth is. Because unlike Gabriel, who relies more on seeing things as a golden ticket, quick to rush things, as well as not thinking through any tactical advantage, this new version of Hawkmoth is smarter. Obviously, we know that they aren't going to emulate Gabriel's mistakes and will try to learn counter from them, as well as try and make sure not to learn from their sort of flaws. And I think the rest of the film is meant to be trying to end the series for not only the first 5 seasons, but also given that signal of to the original animation. And I think the whole point of the newer animation is meant to symbolize that new change, that sort of new tone to where the show will and now will be. And I think obviously Thomas Astor and the team know they can't really keep dancing with the same animation for too long. And I think going with a newer, sleeker, clean one was just that ending point. So I think to me, Miraculous World London is enjoyable. It's not great, but it's definitely something that I think gives a good send-off, not only towards season 5, but also towards the original animation, and given a new set of coat of paint. So I think it definitely deserves a thumbs up. Still good, and still enjoyable. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.